Hey guys, welcome back to Deepak's Daily Reading. We're going to be talking about Personality Isn't Permanent by Benjamin Hardy. I've just finished this book, so I'll share my notes from the final chapters. So, having a culture wall filled with ideals, whether visualized in images or words, is something that Benjamin Hardy, as well as several other people, use. So it's a complement or sidekick, that might be the wrong word, to your vision board. So your vision board is related to, of course, visualization, but then alongside that, you've got a culture wall for what you stand for and what you represent. And that can be put together in a series of quotes. And I think that's incredibly powerful. When I move to Italy, I'm going to build both a vision board as well as a culture wall. And he gives an example of several quotes from his own life. I haven't written them down, unfortunately, but all of the magic happens before 8 a.m. is an example of one of them. So finding a series of quotes that are important for you. I have "go hard or go home" tattooed on myself. I have tattooed upon me the quote by, I forget who it's by, I think it's by Emerson, but in 20 years from now, you will regret the things that you didn't do rather than the things that you did do. I need to remember the whole quote, and I've got several other quotes tattooed upon myself. So I'm going to review and build a culture wall, also filled with images. He references Ryan Holiday, who has a coin that he carries with him that says "Memento Mori," which is, I think, Latin for "remember death." And he uses it to keep him focused on progress. Tim Ferriss read the book The Magic of Thinking Big, which was instrumental for him at the earlier stages of his career. And he keeps that facing outwards in a place that he can see. So these are examples of what people's interpretation of a culture wall might look like. So I don't have a talisman or an emblem that I carry with me. So that is something that I want to institute and work upon. So again, putting quotes on your wall that will help you, remind you of your direction and push you towards your future self. That's the idea of it. And I want to put something on the door of the office that I'll have in Italy, as well as the inside and outside of the door. And then also to carry ultimately, or to instill into your life, transformational triggers. I really like this concept. So one example he talks about is changing the password for your laptop to match something that's on your vision board. So my password could clearly become Ferrari SF90 as an example, and that would be a daily reminder then to that degree. So that was really interesting. I like that hack. So it is something I'm intending to incorporate, start changing certain passwords to match different goals in my life. Then also to do a bit of and this is a modification of what he said, but an exorcism of your current self in a commitment to your future self. So that would be, for example, to ceremonially burn or get rid of anything your future self would not wear or use in your home. So getting rid of anything that constitutes limitations. So I need to burn 40% of my clothes, maybe 80% of my clothes as an example, and get rid of any clothes that have got stains on them and things like this. So that was really interesting to me. I think that that's quite powerful, to be honest with you. And then there's a quote from Zig Ziglar that's at the end of the book, which I find really inspirational as well, which is your input determines your outlook, and your outlook determines your output, and your output determines your future. So your input determines your outlook determines your output, and your output determines your future, by Zig Ziglar. So these are the final comments from the book Personality Isn't Permanent. Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan still remain my favorite authors of the moment. I'm going to keep on reading all of their books that I can get my hands on, and that's all for today. Thank you.